Hey guys, and welcome back to Flurt. I hope that you're having a good start to your week. And this week, I'm going to be talking about a 17-year-old in Connecticut who is currently making a lot of controversy in headlines lately. 17-year-old Cassandra from Connecticut has been making some pretty big controversy in the headlines lately because she has been refusing chemo for her Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is a type of cancer, and the Connecticut Supreme Court just recently stepped in and overruled her decision to be able to actually refuse the treatment. Cassandra was refusing chemo with her mother's consent because she wanted to seek alternative treatment options, some things that maybe would be less harsh on the body because of all the toxic chemicals that chemo does involve. She wanted to see if there was some more holistic alternative therapies that she could do instead. But then the Department of Children and Families stepped in and said that it's in her best interest to be able to take the chemo. So they filed for a petition. This entire controversy is just major ethical questioning of if a 17-year-old is allowed to make life-altering decisions for themselves, since the federal government requires that you be 18 to be considered an adult in the system unless you are emancipated or married. And as a person that works in the medical field and has taken medical law and ethics, it's a complicated situation because of the age and because she's still technically under her mother's care. She's considered a child in the law. One thing that Cassandra's lawyers are doing is trying to file this mature minor doctrine, which basically states that even though Cassandra is 17, she is mature enough to make the decision to refuse her treatment. It's been accepted in Illinois, but there are some states like Texas that do not allow for this doctrine. So they are giving it a shot in her case to see if maybe that would help her be able to make her own medical decision. There have been cases where the Department of Families and Children have stepped in because parents have refused treatment for their children because of religious reasons. I think that if it was a situation where she was refusing all treatment together, I could see where maybe they would step in. To me, maybe chemo was the best way for her to help fight her cancer, but as a patient, I feel like she should be allowed to have all medical options out on the table before she makes an informed decision about which treatment would work best for her, especially since she had her mother's consent to explore the medical options. I feel like that's something that should have been taken into consideration in her case. I don't know if it was or not, because obviously I wasn't there for the court, but I think that it goes to say that basically she wasn't allowed to even look into other medical options. Realistically, though, she'll be 18 within the next year. I don't know when her 18th birthday is, but if she absolutely hates the chemo, she can end up just discontinuing it and saying, I'm done, I'm going to actually explore my medical options now. And it wouldn't really surprise me if she ends up doing it. It says in one of the news articles that she said that this entire experience has her pretty much traumatized because she's being forced to do a treatment that she doesn't even want to do. When she turns 18, if she decides that she's done with it, there's really not much else that the government can really do. I just think from a medical standpoint, this is an extremely touch and go case. It's very controversial. A lot of ethical questions are laid out on the plate, such as can a 17-year-old consent for themselves in a life or death medical treatment, and should the mother be allowed to take control of that, and should they be allowed to explore more options? In the comments below, I want to know if you agree with the state's intervention or if you think that you agree with me that maybe they should have been allowed to make all informed. In the comments below, I want to know if you agree with the state's intervention or if you think that she should have been allowed to explore all her options first before the state stepped in to make that decision for her. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. I do videos every Tuesday, and I will see you guys next week. Have a great rest of the week, you guys.